Hello everyone, my name is Mohit and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing great. This is challenge number 8 of Solving SQL Challenges playlist, and in this video we will solve a problem based on finding top 3 customers who spent the most in nth previous month. So this seems to be one question, but basically in order to find top 3 customers, we first need to find the date range in which we have to calculate the rank of customers, because here the date is not fixed. Value of n can be anything. Okay. So based on the value of n, you need to calculate first date and last date of nth previous month, right? So that's why I'm saying here is one more hidden question inside this question. Okay. So what is this all about? Let us discuss in detail. Okay. So this left table is order table in which we are given detail about customers and order date and what was the order amount. And in this table, we have data for past 3 months. So if you see, we have data for Jan, Feb, and March. Okay. Here the value of n is 1. That means we are talking about last month. And current month is April. So the last month's data would be for March. Okay. So in March, who were the top 3 customers based on the total amount? So this is the output. And value can be anything. So basically, we have to create a dynamic query where we can pass value of n, and based on that, it will return output. Whether it can be last month or last to last month. So based on our requirement, we can put the value of n. So if the value of n is 1 and current month is April, so it will calculate the top 3 customer for month of March. If value of n is 2, it will calculate everything for Feb. And if value of n is 3, then it will go 3 months behind and it will calculate the data related to January month. Okay. So based on the value of n, we first need to calculate first date and last date of that particular month. So how that will look like? For that, let me switch to Excel. Okay. So I have created this Excel in order to make this point more clear. So as of now, current date is this one, that is 2nd of April 2024. Now, if I consider the value of n as 0, that means we are talking about the current month. So for this current month, that is the month of April, start date and end date will be this one. If n value is 1, that means we are talking about the immediate previous month, and that is March. So start date and end date will be like this. If n value is 2, that means we have to calculate start date and end date for last to last month. So that is for Feb. So this will become start date and this will become end date. Similarly, if n is 3, that means we have to calculate start date and end date for month of January. Okay. And this will behave as a filter in order to calculate top 3 customers based on their total amount spent. Okay. So how we can achieve this using SQL query? Let us discuss that part. So for that, let me switch to SSMS. Okay. And we already have orders table created. So let me select it first. Okay. So this is the exact table as per our slide. So first thing we will do is we will create variables which can store first date and last date based on the value of n. Okay. Now first variable we will use to store the value of n. So let me declare it. Declare month back, and this would be an integer. Similarly, we will use two other variables in order to store value of start date and end date. Declare at the rate start date, then another variable for storing end date. Okay. Now we will set these variables in order to store values. Okay. So set equals, as of now, let's say 1. Okay. Now, before setting start date, first let me set the value of and date. Okay, set this equals. Now in SQL we already have a date function to calculate end date of month. So we can use end of month. Then inside this we need to pass date. Okay. So based on this n month back, we will calculate our date. So for that I'll use date add. Now inside this date add function, we have to calculate new date based on this variable, which is n month back, right? So since we have to add or subtract date based on month, so we will write month. Then number of months we have to add or subtract. So for that we will use this variable. Now from which date I want to subtract or add this month? From current date, right? So we will use get date. Okay. So if you observe carefully, this will return date value based on this variable and month back, right? And this date function will calculate end date for that particular value. Okay. So in this way, we will get end date. Let us understand this. I'll select this date. Okay. And let me pass the value as 1 here. So that means it has to calculate end date of previous month. Correct? So let me execute it. Okay. So basically it is calculating the end date of next month. Why? Because we forgot to put minus sign. This month has to be subtracted from current date. Then only we need to create a new date, and based on that new date, it will create end date of that particular month. Okay. Now let me run it again. See, we are getting the exact value because current month is April. So it is giving me the last date of March. We have already calculated end date of our required month. Now, in order to calculate start date of this month, I'll use set start date equals. Now, in order to calculate start date, I'll do one thing. I'll go one extra month before what we have got from this one, and then I'll add 1 day. So it will give me start date of this month, right? So if it is confusing, then let me write first. Since I have to add a day, so I'll use date add, then I'll use day as first parameter. Then I just need to add 1 day, right? Now I'll go one extra month behind. So for that, I'll copy this part and I'll put everything here in bracket. Then I'll add 1. Okay. So it will return me the end date of one extra month, what we have specified here. Then we will add 1 day in order to get start date of the month which we have specified here. Okay. So in that way, we can get start date as well. So let me select this also. So here I'll write start date. Now let me execute it and see what we are getting. See, we are getting start date as this, end date as this. Now if I put 2, then it should give start date and end date of Feb month. So let me run it. See, we got start date and end date for the month of Feb. Similarly, if I put 3, then we should get start date and end date for month of January. See, so just by setting this variable, we can control start date and end date. And then we can use these two variables in our filter condition. So now let us write a query to find top 3 customer for that particular month. So for that, let me first select order table. Okay. Now I'll write select star from orders, and then in place of star, we can write customer ID. Then we need to calculate sum of this total amount based on customer ID. Okay. So I'll write sum total amount as sum total. Okay. And since we are using this aggregate function, so non-aggregated columns should be in group by. So I'll write group by customer ID. Now, also we need to put filter condition based on the start date and the end date what we have calculated, right? So we will write where order date between, we have already calculated this range, right? Between this start date and end date. Okay. So based on the start date and end date, we will calculate sum of this total amount and customer ID. Now let me run it. So I'll first comment out this part. Okay. Now let me run it. And if you cross check, these data are for the month which we have specified. So in this case, it is 3. That means we are calculating everything for January. If we change the value to 1, then the result will change because it is calculating everything for month of March. Okay. Now based on this total amount, we need to calculate a rank. So I'll do select customer ID, comma, sum total, comma, then I'll use dense rank because maybe sum can be equal for two different customers. So we want to specify same rank to those customers. Okay. So we have used dense rank. Then over order by. So based on the value of this column, we have to specify rank, right? So this column name is sum total. And for maximum value, rank should be 1. So we will put descending. And we will give name to this column as rank. Okay. From, let us give this subquery name as A. And let us put everything in different line. A dot, A dot. Okay. Now let me run it and see how we are getting data based on rank. Okay, there's some syntax error. Okay, I have missed select here. So select. Now let me run it. Okay, so now along with customer ID and sum total, we are also getting rank. So based on this rank, we can filter out top 3 customers, right? So let me put everything in CT expression with salary rank as, I'm naming this CT table as salary rank. Okay. Then I'll use select everything from this table where rank is less than equals 3. Okay. We want rank 1, 2, and 3. Correct. Now let me run it. Okay, there's some error. Maybe we have used with, so I need to use semicolon. Now let me run it. See, we have got filtered data based on rank. Okay. Now we don't need this rank column. We just need these two columns, customer ID and sum total. So I'll copy these two columns and paste it here. I'll remove this A dot and I'll remove this comma. Now let me run it. Great. So we got the data for top 3 customer based on sum total. Now this is for previous month. Now I want to check everything for the month of Feb. That is 2 months back. So I'll put the value as 2. Now let me calculate it. See. Now let me put 3. So it will give me data for third last month. That is for month of January. Now let me execute it. See. So by changing the value of this variable, we can get our required output. Okay. So this is the total query, what we have written in order to get our desired output. Cool. Now let me switch back to our slide. Yeah. So we have discussed this, how we can calculate first and last date of nth previous month. So this is the same query what we have discussed. And this was the same output what we saw, right? And we have also written here, this output will be used in filter in final query to calculate top three customers. And those things we have already discussed. This is the exact query what we have used in order to get this output. Okay, that's it guys for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this content, then please don't forget to show your support by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. And please make sure to hit the bell icon to receive the notifications about the new video update. We'll meet in our next video with some new challenges. Till then, take care and goodbye.